I think so. This is an interesting question. So on one hand, I like to make sure and try and be as aligned with an entrepreneur as I can, right? In terms of, I'll give you an example. So even for a fund like ours, which is relatively sort of a mid-sized fund, so over $1 billion under management, last fund a $400 million fund, I'm still writing in some cases checks that are $100,000. And the reason I'm doing it is because I want to be in a place where, from an entrepreneur perspective, if they have an outcome which could be life-changing for them, and even though it won't move the needle for us, we want to be on the same side. Now, having said that, there's caveats, right? So, in general, the venture model is predicated on some kind of an exit. So, again, if you just look at the logistics of it, typically most funds have a 10-year investment horizon. And they're looking for something that has the potential, to have an outcome in that period. The reality is the vast majority of businesses don't fit into that criteria. Walmart is a great example of a company that probably didn't get venture funding, but I don't think anyone would argue that it's extraordinarily valuable, right? But you didn't see any VCs in it. Probably a huge mistake on their part. But also because I think the dynamics are different. You can build really big, profitable, awesome companies that can rule the world that don't necessarily qualify for venture funding. So I think, it's generally speaking, we're looking for things that have outsized potential in a pretty short amount of time. The good news is in the Valley, there's a lot of people and entrepreneurs who have outsized ambition, and they want to do it in incredibly leveraged ways, which is why we're kind of a unique place. But I think that's a conversation that I think I have with my entrepreneurs all the time, right? At the beginning, define success for yourself. And I think it's extraordinarily important to be on the same page from that perspective.